You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
But moving on from that, as you die, and my wife shows me very cursed images on her phone for some reason.
Bar City, the place to be. Life's a madness, wild and free. Tune in now, let the good vibes flow. Bar City, your favorite show.
Welcome back to Barf City, episode 89. I'm Eric.
I'm Kevin.
So, how was your weekday weekend?
Um, I don't really remember most of it, to be honest with you.
That good, huh?
Yeah, I guess that's either a really good thing or a really bad thing.
Nice.
Mostly just worked on my game. I think that's probably why it's all such a blur to me because I think I was just focused on that. So,
Just zoned out.
yep.
Yeah, I didn't do much yesterday. Well, no, I did a lot yesterday, actually.
Hmm.
So, I recorded all my voice lines for Zordon. Fucking hell. For my buddy's audio
Oh
drama.
crap. Yeah.
Then then I wrapped myself in green screen to record lines as a live action Zordon for one of his other projects.
Oh.
Yeah. I'll have to send you the Instagram link, see what you think.
Oh, okay.
I'm harsh on myself, but
No. Well, yeah. I probably would be too. Yeah, sometimes it helps when you just have someone else like look at it and judge it. That'd probably not
yeah.
be as harsh as your own self.
Yeah, that's why I
Own
told him, I was
self
like,
is.
because when we were recording the lines for the White Brachiosaurus Ranger, uh, I was being overly critical of myself. And this time I told him, like, look, if you say it's good, I'm not gonna fight it. I'm just gonna do it.
Yeah.
And it went a lot better for Zordon. Um, as also helps with this compression mic for damn sure. So, a few things. So, apparently someone has leaked the beginning of Avengers Doomsday.
Oh, really?
We have a supposed leak. Um, so the guy who actually leaked that Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire was going to be in No Way Home was on record saying that because he's already seen the movie, so seen the clips or whatever, done his little thing, that it's going to be epic. And he refused to spoil it this time. But someone else decided to do it themselves. And so, spoiler alert, if you don't like potential leaks, here's your warning. Apparently, we're opening Doomsday up with the X-Men Fox universe trying to merge into Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man universe.
Oh.
And the way these mergers work, one has to die. One universe has to die. And apparently Toby and Doc Ock are going to be teaming up in the beginning, fighting the X-Men and losing the fight. But apparently the TVA is going to get Toby out just in time before his universe is erased. And then it opens up to the credits Avengers Doomsday to the opening. credits.
Dang.
Yeah, that's apparently how they're starting it. So it's gonna be interesting if that leak is real.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that goes. I mean, we'll be kind of funny to see Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man face the X-Men, considering they were supposed to have crossed over originally back in the past.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, there was a
Sure.
whole plan. Like, honestly, it was literally supposed to be Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man in the start of the MCU as well, alongside Robert Downey Jr.'s Iron Man. But the third film being so screwed up because of this and that, and I'm like, oh no, you have to have Venom. And the script getting screwed up, it ruined that. And then they were going to introduce have Andrew Garfield's do it later. And of course, so with Andrew Garfield, I don't know if I talked about it on the podcast or not. Back when Sony got that one of those big major hacks that erased a lot of their shit, the script for that movie and a lot of the filming they had already done was one of the things that accidentally got erased by that hack.
Oh,
And so that was one of the deciding factors on not making that third film because they had already costed them so much.
yeah.
And that's what one of the reasons we didn't get another Spider-Man until Marvel and Disney were like, "Hey, we'll do it for you so we can have Spider-Man in the MCU."
Yeah.
And Sony's like, "Okay, we'll let you handle it then." So Sony's just, worked alongside of them and done that. That's how we get, uh Tom Holland Spider-Man. So, yeah, we could have actually had either Tobey Maguire or Andrew Garfield, two older Spider-Men alongside in the MCU this entire time.
Dang.
Yeah.
So yeah, I never even knew about all that. So.
Yep. Which would have been, honestly, in my opinion, really cool because having an older Spider-Man being a part of the Avengers from day one
Hmm.
would have made the team more rounded, in my opinion, and be funner. But because also we wouldn't have gotten a Spider-Man that was highly like Iron Man Jr. Because nothing against Tom Holland's Spider-Man. I like Tom Holland. I like his Spider-Man. I didn't like some of the writing choices.
Yeah.
Specifically, his dependent for the longest time on Tony. And also him being a kid kind of didn't fit the mold very well. Because like with everyone else being so old already and almost on their way out, we didn't get him along, a lot of him with the other MCU actors very well.
Yeah.
It would have been better to have had him had an actual stake in the game during Civil War instead of, oh, he's just helping out Tony because Tony showed up and recruited him.
Yeah.
And because like um you get later on like because but when she was introduced, of course, being her own little mini series first, and then when she joined in the movie, she had two older actors who hadn't had a lot of screen time anyways because Captain Marvel and oh I don't think they actually gave her a name in the MCU. I'll have to check. But it's the black actress next to her, which was really phenomenal. Honestly, those two made Marvel seem better, in my opinion. I didn't like the really care much for the first Captain Marvel film, But the second one, having those two with her was kind of cool, and it really brought out more emotions of her character. And I think the actress just, I don't care much for the actress's politics. That's here, neither here or there. But the other movies I've seen her in, she's always seems to be better when she has someone to bounce off of. You know what I mean? To balance her out. Because
Yeah.
she is kind of a stiffer actress.
Hmm.
Like the first film I actually seen her in, the actress for Captain Marvel, was oh, I can't remember the film's name, but she was actually kidnapped and raped and impregnated by her kidnapper, and she raised
Jesus.
the son down there, and she eventually got him to escape. So she got her. It was a whole emotional thing. It was very good film, very well done, very good acting. That's why I had hopes for her is Captain Marvel, but she was stiff. The writing was stiff. The directors were kind of more political than anything. It kind of screwed up her movie, and she kind of went along with all that. But the second one pulled all that back because now you have the two characters, Miss Marvel and the other lady, and made a better film. But that works with having a younger cast star again because, you know, you got one that's in her late 20s, early 30s, and then Captain Marvel, who's, I think, in her 40s, 50s almost.
Hmm.
So you got a different age group, and they're closer, and it's just those three. Now, if we were introduced with, Peter Parker in the MCU at that age with just an Iron Man movie,
Yeah.
that might have been a little different. Have a mentor thing, bring them in, slow it down. But just throwing them straight into an event, into the Civil War movie was kind of weird spot for him, in my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah, I could see that.
Because like he should have had either his own original movie first and then thrown in. Also, I don't like the fact that his suit was made by Stark. I don't like none of that. I don't like the any of the suits being made by Stark in the original bit. But so if you had Tobey Maguire show up for one, it'd be interesting because he would have heavily butt heads with Iron Man. He would have actually been on Captain America's side initially, which he was in the comics too. He was initially on Captain America's side, and then he started playing both sides for some reason. He joined Iron Man's side, and it just became this whole mess.
Hmm.
I think that's how it worked. Either it was one way or the other. I can't remember.
Yeah.
But of course, in this, he was just there to fill out the roster and to introduce Spider-Man and the movie. So kind of made his introduction lackluster to me. Also getting called kid constantly. Yeah. But yeah, I'm excited for the next phase of the MCU, honestly, which is surprising because the last few MCU movies have actually felt good. They've been really good films, in my opinion.
Yeah. I wouldn't know. I hadn't seen any of them. I can't even remember the last Marvel movie I watched, but it was a while back.
We might
I
have
guess.
to.
Yeah.
I wish there was a day that we could actually hang out and do this whole like watching the MCU
Oh
and
God.
then rate the MCU on the podcast.
Yeah.
Because I have Disney Plus, so I can watch all the MCU.
Yeah.
So I think that'd be maybe later down the road when the MCU is probably done. We could do that, rate the MCU.
Yeah, maybe.
Everyone in the comment, pressure them, peer pressure.
Oh, good.
But yeah, I figured it'd be interesting to talk about that little leak.
I still remember the episode when I first kind of revealed to you that I think you were already aware that I wasn't like as big of a fan of the Marvel movies as you were, or
Yeah,
actually, comic book like hero movies in general. And you were already kind of like aware of that, but I don't think you realized how extreme it was until like that. I don't even remember what episode that was. It was an
I
earlier
don't either.
episode, and I just kind of dropped it right there in that episode, and you went, "Oh," like you were just so surprised. And I was just like, yeah, I'll be honest, I'm not really a fan of those like at all. I was like, that's why when I first started watching the MCU movies, I was shocked how much I was actually enjoying them at first, because I really didn't expect that I would like really that many of them, like when I first
Hmm.
started watching them. And I was like, yeah, these are actually better than I thought they would be. And then of course over the years, I just felt like I wasn't really enjoying them as much. I mean, some of it could have been I didn't really like the way the movies went, or maybe it was just all me. I don't know. But yeah,
I mean,
I
probably a little
just,
bit of
I'm,
both. Because
yeah, maybe I just got tired of them after a while. So,
I know the way they
mm.
switched them and switched other stuff, especially since they started some other side stuff started leading way heavily into current day politics, which you never do in a movie. I spoke on this before. Don't
I think I,
do
I think
current
I checked out
politics.
before they got to the political stuff. Maybe I can't even
Mm-mm.
remember what movie it was. So,
Um,
mm.
I can't at this point remember when they started that, but again, my thing is don't do it. Don't put real life politics in movies because you'll date it. You don't want to date your movie because then you will look back 50 years later, go to watch it, and you're like, the fuck?
Yeah,
Because that's what makes good films. We can, they could have been made at any point, just not as good video quality. Don't overly date your movies. Because you can watch something like Indiana Jones a day, and you could just literally shut off your brain and make yourself think that, oh, they just did it in this style because they're technically timelining their movie back in this era. Because there's not really any real world politics at the time in it.
what?
Oh, she's off work today, so she was taking a nap. She came out and showed me it's a raw turkey frog thing. I don't know. She finds cursed images and apparently because she sees it, so do I. Um, but yeah, she just woke up and came here and sat on the couch and immediately showed me some cursed images.
Nice.
But I do have something pulled up that caught my attention from CBR, and it's
CBR.
yeah, and it's the five best American anime of all time. They have on here. I've actually never watched this. I might have to. It's one. It's called Exo Squad. Apparently, it was the first to openly emulate anime. So it was our first cartoon in America that actually openly emulate anime.
Yeah.
Decades before series like Teen Titans and Avatar: The Last Airbender, there was Exo Squad. Sure, the series is obscure, but it was also the first
Oh,
time an American cartoon series was deliberately trying to emulate
uh,
anime. The series was directly inspired by Mobile Suit Gundam. Kind of. I mean, anything that's mech suit, realistically, is probably been heavily inspired by Mobile Suit Gundam at this point.
yeah.
And then they have, of course, this has to definitely be on here. Voltron, legendary defender. Yeah, of course, Voltron, because I mean that was our answer to the America's answer to Tokusatsu stuff. Of course, granted, we did do Power Rangers, which is using Sentai footage, which is Tokusatsu, and but this I think was our only. This was our pure kind of one of that. Uh oh yeah, I forgot. Castlevania is technically classified as an anime for America.
Really?
Yeah, it's a anime adaptation of a video game,
Hmm.
and it's an American made one. And it was good. I don't know if you watched it.
No, I didn't even know it was a thing. I mean, I know what
Yeah.
the video games are, but I've never seen the
Yeah.
anime.
Yeah, it's on
Hmm.
Netflix for those who want to watch it. It's really good. Very good. I liked it. Next, of course, they had to put Teen Titans, the original, on here
Hmm.
because for cartoon animes, it's top tier in my opinion. It's the best.
It, yeah, I watched that show when I was younger, but that was a long time ago. I don't remember like much about it, and I have no idea if I would actually like it if I watched it now. So
I wouldn't watch Teen Titan Go, but I would watch the OG Teen Titans.
yeah,
Hell, I mean, just looking at it, I have the theme song in my head. So like, and next is of course Avatar: The Last Airbender.
yeah,
It is the GOAT. It is the most beloved American anime.
yeah. Now I do remember watching that one when I first watched that one.
Hmm.
So because I caught glimpses of that show. I remember when it first started airing on Nickelodeon, and I thought it looked kind of dumb, admittedly, when I first started watching it. I was like, what? I was like, what the hell is this? I was like, and why are they showing it on Nickelodeon? And then, but after, over a time, after seeing more and more glimpses of it, and then finally seeing a full episode, I was just like, before I knew it, I was kind of hooked, and I started watching it. I was like, now I got to go back to
Right.
the beginning and watch it from the beginning. So I did. So
Yeah, I will watch it again and again and again. And I mean, they're talking about doing adult Aang story too now,
yeah, I
finally.
saw that.
I hope they actually do it because I want to see more of Aang. Uh,
Yeah, I may or may not would watch it.
but yeah, that's their CBR's top five best American anime.
Hmm.
I can get down with that list. I mean, number five, of course, I don't know what it is. I never watched it. So, but being the original OG American anime, yeah, you gotta have to put the OGs on the list. But yeah, little fun facts, and you never actually really watched Teen Titans. Did you know the ladies that did the theme song actually got so famous from that theme song? That alone, that song literally skyrocketed their career. That they actually have an anime, a cartoon anime, whatever, whichever you want to say, because technically they're both animated film, animated series, about their life, like an over exaggeration of their story of their life with little adventures and stuff.
Oh.
Yeah, they got their own show.
Yeah, I guess I never really thought about who the singers of that song was. Huh. Yeah.
Yep.
Hmm.
Yeah. I think that's about what my brain has for the day. What do you got? You got anything for us today?
Well, I could give some interesting updates on my game because since that's pretty much what I've been obsessed with the last like since I got my computer working again, and
Yeah, if you
I've
want
been
to.
I have like ran wild with it. So I finally figured out how to make a basically an endless quest system.
Hmm.
Uh, it took like forever to do it, but see, before I kind of was bumping into two problems. The I was using a plugin basically for a journal system. The same thing I used in my first game. And the problem with that journal system is there was no way to like either duplicate a quest to be entered that same quest to be entered in your journal again or remove it and then put it back into the active part of your journal again. There was no way to do either one of those. And so that was one problem. And another problem is admittedly, I just had no idea how to even set such a thing up. And because, my programming skills are kind of limited. And but working on this game has really pushed me like to like try to become like better, I guess. And basically I figured out that I won't go into all the technical details because it'd take me forever and a day to explain it all, but basically I figured out how I'm using a different journal now, and I figured out how to set it up to where my volume keeps adjusting on me. That's weird. um how to make it to where it'll renew itself. Basically, you'll accept a quest uh at the either at now I'm mostly using this for like typically for the guilds and factions, sort of like what
Hmm.
Daggerfall does. So when you join a guild or a faction, you will be offered various quests, either from the quest giver or through a job board, either one.
Yeah.
And the guild, the Assorted Honor, is what I call it. It's the same guild that from the first game. I'm carrying it over into this game, and this one will have a job board where you access the like a piece of paper on the wall, and it'll display a certain amount of jobs available for that day. So you accept one of those, and then now you have an active quest, and then you can, when you complete or fail that quest, then you'll have access to those remaining quests on that same job board that day, assuming that you made it back that same day. Um, in game time, of course. And Uh, but once that day ends and the next day starts, the job board will renew, and you'll get a set of new quests. So if you look at those quests and you don't like any of them, well, then you'll need to wait until the next day until it renews again,
Yeah.
presumably because other guild members have done them. And you'll access them. That was sort of my way of counteracting the way Daggerfall's system was. Daggerfall, you just basically talk to the quest giver, and you can say no to a quest if you want to, and then they'll just offer you a different quest. That's the way the game works. Um,
But this way, it's like an actual Adventures Guild.
Yeah, and another problem with that is what a lot of players tend to do is they just spam the no button until they get the quest that they want. So the problem, so that's a bit of a problematic thing. So I was trying when I first started making this game, I was trying to figure out a way to counteract that a little bit and kind of put a little bit of a restriction on the player to keep them from doing that. And so I was like, ooh, I should make like a job board, and then you have to wait, like, that way it gives you an options of various quests. So you're not offered just like one quest, so it's not too extreme. It's like, oh, this
I
is your
mean,
only quest to do for this day. But so you get an option of quest, but you have to, if you don't like any of those, or maybe let's say you've already done those, which the quests will have different pathways. I'll get to that in a minute. Um, but maybe you just might not be interested in them. So the counteract to that is you will have to wait until the next day to see the different quests. So you'll either have to hang out in the town, or you could do a quest for a different guild, or you could do some shopping in town, whatever it is you want to do to wait for that time. Or I
mhm.
guess you could go, just loiter or wait at an inn and just skip over that time and then just come back the next day and, you know, and then see what the new job board is. I suppose you could do that, but still, regardless of how you do it, you have to do something to wait until the next day. You can't just sit there and spam the,
Yeah,
board or whatever until you get the quest that you want. It's not going to work that way. So,
I like that because if you look at, any lore or tabletop stuff with fantasy kind of things and even anime, adventurers guilds and guilds like that typically have a quest board with quests on it. And
yeah,
if you don't see a quest that you can do or you want, you have to wait until someone puts up that request. So
yeah,
this way it just makes it more realistic, keeps things flowing. And if you don't like the quest, well, you're gonna have to, like you said, take the time to upgrade your gear. It also keeps people from half-assing the quest because I know some games people just go from this quest to this quest to this quest, and they're like, "Fuck, I should have stopped here because I needed to update my gear and this and that." Fuck.
yeah,
I've done that. I've been guilty of that. Like, shit, I needed to upgrade this. I needed to do this real quick but was already in that zone and role. This will give them a like, oh, well, this ain't the quest I'm looking for. Oh yeah, I gotta do this now. I've been needing to do this. I've been needing to sell this stuff. I'm not over encumbered or whatever. Because that's another thing I'm bad about is I'm kind of a horde goblin. I kind of like take everything.
I do that a little bit with some. I do that with potions in some RPGs where I hoard potions. So, and because I'm always afraid that I'm going to run out of potions. Only in certain ones, though. I don't do that in all the RPGs. I do that in Daggerfall. I'll hoard potions, and I also do that in Final Fantasy games a lot. I always make sure I'm maxed out with the
Oh
max amount of
yeah.
potions they'll let me carry. I like, in the older games, it's always the 99 cap, so I always cap
Hmm.
it up to the 99, and I'm like, that's what I hold on to. And anytime I even use one, I'm like already back at the store buying. Got to go replace that one potion I used. Yeah, hurry! Yeah, I might like run out.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, of course, in the Elder Scrolls series, they have the weight system, so you have to, But in Daggerfall, they give you the cart. You can buy a cart and just store all your crap in a cart. So my cart's always flooded with potions. So
Yeah.
and I'm like, and of course, I'll bring so many with me, and when I go inside the dungeon and stuff, which my game will have a weight system too, and. I've tried to set up a cart system where you could put your stuff in, but that got way too complicated too quick. It was just really hard to set all that
Yeah.
up. So
I've
I sort of I won't talk about it on the podcast, but I sort of created another system that kind of might help with that when you go inside the dungeons to give you a place to store your stuff while
yeah.
you're in there, and then you can always come back to it later to grab your stuff, so that way you're
Yeah.
not losing your stuff.
Yeah, I know for me, that's why I was the only thing that I was happy about with the Heartfire DLC for Skyrim. Because when I built the house, most of the rooms were uh armories because if the weapon was enchanted or had a name, I was keeping it. I don't know why I'm bad about that. I do it. If
Oh,
it's
I do the
enchanted
same
or it
thing.
has a
Yeah.
name, I have to
If it
keep it.
feels if it feels special in some way, yeah, I gotta hang
Yeah.
on to it. Yeah.
And
It's like
I've
even though I
I've
got more powerful weapons now, I still want to hang on to this one because it feels special. It's got a name to it.
yeah, so I have to
Yeah.
so at least with the Heartfire DLC, I can store it on display. I'm like, I remember when I got that sword. Ooh, that axe. Yeah, that was a bitch. You know?
Yeah.
So I'm a big fan of games that have good storage and especially if they have mounting systems where you can put your weapons up on the wall or something and show off your armor.
Oh, freaking A.
Because I'll just walk through. Like I was playing one of my original accounts, my saves, and all I did was walk through and just reminisce. Like, I remember doing this, this, and this. I remember when I made this set of Dragon Bone armor, even though I never wore it because my character doesn't wear heavy armor. I just wanted Dragon Bone armor on a mannequin.
Yeah.
Uh, and don't get me started on the amount of different outfits. If I see a different like faction with a different outfit, I have to kill them, take that outfit. I have to have it. I have to put it on a mannequin.
Jeez. Yeah.
I don't know why. Like I killed literally every single guard until I got the entire uniforms of them, even their shields. to put them on mannequins. Never wore them. I just wanted them on mannequins.
Hmm.
Don't ask me why, but that's the type of guy I am. I'm a
Just gotta
collector.
have, just want to walk around your house and just look at all of them. Yeah, just admire all my murder and
Yeah, it's all about murder. It's
yeah,
my I would be a very horrible serial killer.
yeah.
And the bad thing is, I actually even do
Just
this in real life in a sense, because like I will collect something from a job before I leave it. Like in my closet right now, there is like I think two or three different security company uniforms.
oh,
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever done that. At least not purposefully. There may have been time I kept something from a job and just didn't realize I still had it, but I've never like purposely kept one thing from a
If
job.
there's a
So,
hat, I will try and get the hat, or like we have a bunch of box cutter blades that are all from me and my wife when we worked at Walmart that we kept. Uh
oh, now I still remember my first job. The night I quit, I literally threw my hat in the dumpster on my way to the car. I was just like, I took it off and chunked it in there
yeah, like I
before I
don't
got my car. I was like, I don't really hang on to stuff so
I
like
wish
that.
I wish I kept my Walmart hat. I don't know what happened to it. It was a nice hat. It was a very nice hat.
I never got a Walmart hat when I worked at Walmart.
I was in the garden center.
Oh, okay. Well, I worked at the distribution center, so we didn't get hats. So,
Yeah.
I mean, you could wear a
Uh
hat in there, but they didn't have Walmart hats
yeah,
really
we
to
only
get.
got a hat if you were in certain positions like cart pusher and uh anything
I
that
guess
dealt
if
with
you worked in the
outside.
the food area, I suppose. Yeah.
Yeah. Food or outside, they gave you a hat. Unless you
Yeah,
ordered one. I think some people have a lot of maintenance guys had hats too. So,
oh, oh man, jeez.
but most people that like the cashiers and stuff, they never had the hats.
Yeah, but yeah. Anyway, we got steered off there. But anyway,
Yeah, we kind of got stirred off, but yeah, that's what I'm
yeah.
saying. If your game allows
That
me to be a fucking collector, a little loot goblin, oh, I will loot for days.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There definitely would be a lot of crap to loot for sure. But yeah, that's essentially how the board works. I just felt like that made sense to set it up that way and from a realistic point, and again to
Yeah.
counteract that, spamming that no button. I have no idea
Yep.
how the Wayward Realms would do it, but hopefully they'll have a way to. They don't necessarily have to do it like I do to make me happy, but
I mean,
hopefully
that'd be
they'll have a way
cool.
to. Yeah, I would enjoy it if they did, but hopefully they'll have a way to counteract that spamming the no button thing in Daggerfall, because I do think I'm kind of surprised no one's come up with a mod to counteract that yet, but no one has. So, and anyway,
Because no one wants to
uh,
themselves
because
stop it because like the people that think
they want
about
to do that,
stopping
yeah,
that, yeah, because the thing
yeah,
is that the people that think about stopping that stuff are the devs, are the creators.
yeah.
Because gamers, we're like, oh, we don't want to wait.
I
We just
guess
want to
that's
go, go,
true.
go, go,
Modders usually
go.
try to figure out a way to make it easier, yeah, not
Yeah.
harder on themselves.
Well, I mean, some modders do for people that want a more realistic stuff and more difficult thing, but you
Yeah,
have to specifically look for that mod. It's not the most commonplace mod on the page, and you gotta go like page 13 and start to see some of that shit or know what the mod is from, say, a
yeah.
YouTuber doing what's it? A mod showcase.
Yeah. Most of the mods I see advertised the most for Daggerfall are usually the ones that just about graphics that make the game look more modern. So that's usually
Yeah.
what most people want to. They're like, "Oh, look, it makes the game look like it, much
We
more
want it
modern."
prettier.
Yeah, which is cool too. But yeah, I'm more of a mechanics kind of guy. So,
Mm,
but
yeah,
yeah,
that's what
so the pathways of the quest, I
mhm.
finally, I knew I wanted to set up multiple pathways. My original way of doing it, because like I said, I would be limited by the journal and my technical skills at the time. was I was gonna, if every time I wrote up an idea for a quest, I was gonna make, basically I was gonna make like very, just make a ton of different versions, however many, whatever number I wind up landing on, of that same quest, and then make it to where every time you do it, I was just going to make it randomize on which one it selected, and then it would enter that version of the quest into your journal, and then you would go to, and then when you completed it, and that way you could still keep doing that type of quest, but it would be a different version. But now that I don't have to do that anymore, so technically, before you would have actually eventually ran out of quests. It's just you would have, it would have taken a long time before that happened.
Yeah.
But now you theoretically, just like Daggerfall, you literally can never run out at the guild or faction. Like there's always will be a quest to do. And so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to set it up to where there's different pathways that can take place on that quest. And this is where I sort of came at a crossroads. You could tell me what you think about this.
Yeah.
Something I never really thought about until I put myself in this situation. As I was writing the one of the quest ideas, I started thinking, oh, it would be cool if like this happened and this crazy thing happened, and then before you know it, it led you off on this way off path. And I started thinking about that, and I was just like, well, wait a minute, maybe I should like think about how far I go with this, because if it gets to the point where you get to that quest location and it no longer has nothing to even do with the quest that you accepted, I was like, is that taking things a bit too far?
Yeah, a
Because
little bit.
at that point, yeah, I started thinking about it, and I was just like, it wouldn't even matter what quest you're accepting. You might as well just accept whatever quest and then just hope, and then just wait and see what happens. Because it's like, I still feel like the players, it's good to have variety of what stories can take place on that quest, but it still should pertain to what the quest is that you accept. So at least now I don't mind like if some unexpected thing happened every once in a while. But yeah, I was like, when I first started writing ideas, I was pushing it to the extreme. And that's when it clicked in my head. I was like, well, wait a minute. Let me think about this a minute. I was like, I might be taking this a bit too far. I was like, and so now I've
Yeah.
kind of retracted on that a little bit. I still have like different pathways that can take place, but it will still pertain to the quest that you're getting.
Yeah, because I mean, like, I mean, it could be something as simple as like you do something wrong or you're not moving quick enough, and this happens because you weren't there quick enough.
Yeah.
Procrastination can be bad in a quest.
Yeah.
Or you might decide, you know what? This is a diplomatic quest, but I hate this diplomat. I'm gonna just fucking kill
Yeah.
him. Yeah, it's nice having like options on that stuff. But yeah, you don't want to go so far. You don't want to be on a typical like I don't know, escort mission, and then all of a sudden you're having to fight dragons and go through this dungeon and defeat a lich. What kind of shit, you know?
Yeah.
You want it to make sense.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Like I said, I was thinking like after a while, like, yeah, if you got so crazy with it, it would be like the players would be just sitting there thinking, okay, what's the point of even reading these quests? Because you just don't even know what the hell's even going to happen. It's going to get so out of control that it's like, don't even read them, don't even bother reading them, just accept it and just see what happens. And I was like,
I mean,
I wouldn't really like that. So I was like, yeah, I better calm this down just a little
yeah.
bit.
Because like I mean, that in itself could be entertaining.
Yeah.
Because like you're like, oh, it's a like a it's a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get.
Yeah.
But for the casual gamer and stuff, like knowing, oh, okay, this quest is a escort quest. Gotta escort this wagon over here. Well, this right here could typically happen, or this could happen, or you could just have the most boring, peaceful quest, easy money day.
Yeah. And
Like
there will
that
be
makes,
times where that will happen too. You'll
yeah,
go
that
sent to a dungeon or whatever, and then what you're looking for, whatever you're doing there, just happens right away. It works out for you, and you come back and get your gold, and yeah. So that will
which
happen
makes sense. I mean,
sometimes.
it's
So, yeah,
realistically, honestly, I
yeah,
mean, because in real life, yeah, things can take a turn, but they never take so much of a dramatic turn that you can't figure out where you started from. Like, it can, yeah, it could be like, well, I'm gonna go to the grocery store get some milk. Well, now I'm in a car wreck. Now I'm going to the hospital.
Yeah,
But it all stemmed from getting out in your car, going to get milk.
yeah,
It's not. I'm gonna go get some milk. Oh, I picked up this hitchhiker. Oh, this hitchhiker is actually turns out to be a millionaire, and because I helped him, he's giving me money. It's never that great kind of thing.
yeah. Never quite works. I wish it worked out that way, but yeah, it never
Right?
does. Where's my millionaire? Where's my $1 million?
Yeah.
I've been looking
Yeah,
to
so
bump into that millionaire, but yeah, it still hadn't
like
happened yet.
if you're on an escort quest and you see a dragon, it's because the dragon was just flying over that time. Now you might have to fight a dragon, make sure it doesn't
Yeah,
destroy the carriage as you're escorting, and you move along. You might get you
yeah,
some good loot. You might get some good dragon materials. Yeah, but it's not gonna drop this thing that's like, oh, I was actually being controlled by this group of bad guys, and
yeah.
that's a little over the top. That's very much anime over the top.
I was about to say that sounds like something out of Final Fantasy IV. Yeah. I
Yeah.
was being mind controlled. That's the
Now,
whole story. Everyone was being mind controlled. Yeah,
yeah. I mean, now if you have the quest to kill a dragon, and it turns out, oh, this dragon's being mind controlled, then it makes sense to go solve that problem because the dragon wasn't actually technically the problem. The group that was controlling it to force it to do this that you were going out to stop is the problem. That makes sense,
yeah,
but you got to make the start and the finish make sense, even if it's multiple rows.
yeah. Yeah, like it should I will prob most likely what I'll set it up in a way is mostly the in between stuff that could vary, and it'll still like pertain to the quest, but like there are some times where some unexpected things that could happen, but it'll always circle you around to what the quest actually is. So and it's just
Yeah.
some various things that could happen along the way, because it's kind of like what they
Yeah.
say, it's not always the end result that makes the thing
It's the
fun, like the
destination.
story or the quest. Yeah, it's the journey along the way, that's the
Journey.
part that you remember. So
Not the
mm,
destination, but the journey.
yeah,
Well, yeah, because like I mean, you could think you're going to go out there and slaughter a bandit camp. Well, before you get there, it turns out the bandits didn't like their previous leader. The new leader is a peaceful guy. Well, fuck,
yeah,
kind of thing. Because then you have to try. Do you want to kill this peaceful leader and just wipe him out either way? I don't know. I might play a villain some days. That's another thing.
yeah. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I love games where you can just be the asshole and the villain.
Yeah,
I don't want to get like I said we've said before. Like I don't care about being the chosen one. I just want to be your average Joe who can just become a hero through my actions, or I'm in a bad mood. I want to be a villain in this character.
yeah. Which in my game, there will be ways to do a lot of villainous things. I
Hmm.
don't think I will be able to go too far with it. Again, mostly because of limitations on my end. But hopefully, I can flesh that out more and more, like with each game. But yeah, there's definitely going to be a lot of those aspects in it, as about as far as I can get it to go, anyway. And where you can,
Yeah.
well, I mean, you'll definitely be able to commit crime. That's a pretty standard thing. But and stuff like that. That was actually something you couldn't really do at all in the first game. I mean, you could, but it was a super simple concept, and you were never gonna like get in trouble for it.
You need to
And
make a wanted system.
yeah, basically that's kind of what I'm doing. I call it it's sort of like what the Elder Scrolls does, where it has a reputation system, but it works more like sort of, I guess you could say, the way Grand Theft Auto does. Is kind of where I got inspiration from it. It's like the more you do, the more quote unquote stars you get, and the more wanted you become. So that's kind of the way I got it set up.
Yeah, send out no,
So
get bounty hunters after your ass.
yeah, because Daggerfall, one negative. I know, believe it or not, I'm actually going to say something negative about
Oh
Daggerfall.
my God.
I know it's a crazy thing, but yeah, the way the crime system works in that game is horrendous, in my opinion. It's like you do, which I get what they're going for. They're kind of, they want you to sort of rely on your imagination, which I like that part, but it's a little one extreme or the other. It kind of goes from 1 to 0 to 60, where it's like you commit this one crime and all of a sudden you got the whole like city guards all chasing after. It's a little extreme. I kind of wish maybe even if a guard did spawn in on you, maybe it would be like just like one guard or something, and then it would slowly escalate from there.
If
Something
you don't
like
turn
that.
yourself
So
in.
yeah, something like that. Like
That's the
that would
thing
be a little
I
better. So
that's the thing I've always hated about the since you mentioned Grand Theft Auto is I
yeah.
hated, accidentally bumping into a cop car and you're getting shot at.
Yeah, it's a little of extreme reaction. Yeah.
Like
It's
I've
like
always hated that.
yeah. I get that it's a game that they just want it to be like a cartoonishy version of real life, but yeah, it's just a bit too extreme of a reaction. So
And the thing is, I'm sitting here I wasn't even paying attention. I was looking on something on my phone and the game lagged and the cop ran into me while I was parked and I got stars. I'm like, what the fuck?
yeah, a little bit of a bug there.
Yeah, like that's kind
It's
of
like you
stupid.
ran into me, you asshole. Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a problem with Jack 2 as well. That's one reason why I really don't like driving around in the city in Jack 2. It's like there's no like star system or anything like our gradual like wanted system. It's just like it's a 0 or 60 thing. Like it's you bump into one
Mm-hmm.
Crimson Guard, which is essentially their cops in the game, and the whole city's chasing. And all like you said, all you did was like barely bump into them, and now they're all chasing you. And I'm like, what the? I was like, I can't do anything in this city. I was like, I swear, it's like you do one tiny little thing by accident, and now everyone is, yeah. So,
Yeah, I've always been anti
so
that because
I didn't want that to happen when you committed crime. I actually wanted it to be fun to play as a thieving character if that's what the player decides to do. So I tried to make it, but there, of course, will still be things that the game will slowly, have some challenge there because obviously I can't just let the player do
yeah,
whatever they want.
like
Just like if
murder
you're
someone
playing
out in the
a
middle of the street, you're gonna get screwed.
Yeah, yeah. Just like if you were playing a heroic character and you start, going against these, let's say bandit leaders or whatever, well, yeah, they're gonna like start coming after you. They're not gonna just let you do whatever you want. So it's the same thing here, just the exact opposite way. You go against
Hmm.
the law, well, eventually it's gonna start coming against you. So
Yeah, I would love to see a game that does that, but also implements like actual bounties. So eventually you come to the city and you see bounties yourself, and the only way to stay hidden is actually to use something with a hood or a mask.
oh yeah. I kind of do that in Daggerfall, even though it literally does nothing. I do it particularly,
Right?
I really fully from it's all in my imagination,
Yeah.
but I will purposely, if I'm ever playing like a darker character where I don't want people to know who I am, I will purposely put like a disguising looking suit on, even though it does nothing. But in my head, it works, you know.
Yeah, I want a game where that absolutely works.
Yeah. Yeah, that it's always nice when you have stats and mechanics that match your imagination. I love using my imagination when I play an RPG, but it's really nice when you have like the stats to go along with that. So
Yeah,
to
because well, the thing is, it's
Mhm.
it's one of those you don't have to fully use your imagination
Yeah,
because your imagination is what you're about to do with your character, what you're going to do. But now you know, well, I can use my imagination. I want to be a thief character. I can actually hide and be stealthy, and if I
yeah,
don't get my face shown, they're not going to know who I am. If like I can wear a mask, rob this place like real life, I mean, kind of thing.
yeah,
And they're not going to know that was me unless they catch me with the mask on, or if I the mask slips or somehow, kind of thing.
yeah. But yeah, a
Or
lot of fun stuff. Maybe in future episodes I can as I figure more things out, I can fill people in on it. But yeah, that's some stuff I'm working on right now. I'm pretty excited that I figured all that out. So, and it's looking forward to seeing the final results of when the game's finally finished to see how it all works out. So,
yeah, me too.
but yeah, that's about all the time we got in this episode. So,
Yep. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, and all that jazz. And Comment down below what is a mechanic you would love to see in a video game? Like a mechanic that if they said that this was in the video game, you would buy it day one, no matter if it was the shittiest game ever, just for this one mechanic. And with that being said, we'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Welcome to the city where chaos thrives. Kevin and Eric keep people alive. Random talks and stories collide. Bar City anthem, let's take a ride. Bar City, the place to be. Laughs and madness, wild and free. Tune in now, let the good vibes flow. Bar City, your favorite show. Guitars, drum and synths ignite. Jokes and banter, morning or night. From the weird to the totally bizarre. Bar City legends, shining like a star. Bar City, the place to be. Laughs and madness, wild and free. Tune in now, let the good vibes flow. Bar City, your favorite show. Guitars, drum and synths ignite. Jokes and banter, morning or night. From the weird to the totally bizarre. Bar City, a legend, shining like a star. Bar City, the place to be. Laughs and madness, wild and free. Tune in now, let the good vibes flow. Bar City, your favorite show. Eric drops a pun, Kevin rolls his eyes. Stories take off, reaching the skies. They'll talk about things you didn't foresee. In Bar City, it's all comedy. Bar City.